Everyone always says that high school's like really hard.
You hear all these things about it, that it's going to be big and scary.
The most concern for me is that I would get lost and not make it to my class on time.
I remember in grade 9, the stuff that we learned in the class was completely not what we were learning in grade 8 and whatnot, and I was like, oh my goodness, there's so much to do.
That last week of summer really started to feel like a lot.
But after a few days, you get your own little route and how you go through the school to get to your class.
And it is a larger school, but it's really nothing that people talk about. It's very fun, and I enjoy a lot more than elementary school.
It was easier than I thought. I thought it was just gonna be a nightmare going in, I was pretty scared. But yeah, there's nothing really to worry about.
Basically the second I got here on the first morning with my friends, I belonged.
Moving up to grade 9 is one of the biggest steps you'll take on your academic journey. It's an exciting time, full of new beginnings, new experiences, and new friendships. But for a lot of grade 8 students, it's also a time of uncertainty and stress. Will I make friends? What will I be learning? Is the work harder? How will I know what courses to pick? Who will my teachers be? Where do I go for help? Just remember, you're not alone. You and hundreds of other students are starting grade 9 for the first time too. And just like any big change in life, it's natural to be nervous. The more you know about entering high school, the better prepared you'll be to meet the changes and the challenges. Let's walk through the main differences between grade 8 and 9. The first big change you'll notice is the school itself. There'll be more students, more teachers, more classrooms, and chances are it'll be quite a bit bigger than your current school.
Since elementary school has very little people, maybe 200 or 300 people in every school, then there's 1,000 kids or more in high school.
In grade 9, you'll take more courses in a wider variety of subject areas. You'll also have a different teacher and a different classroom for every course you take.
It's a whole new world. They have no idea what courses they have to take. It's a semestered system. They're used to working from September to June, whereas we operate from September to January and then February to June.
Now, we're not gonna lie. The work in grade 9 can be different than what you're used to.
So it's a quicker pace, but we have lots of supports in place for students who might need it.
Just remember, everyone is in the same boat, and we know you have it in you to succeed. Grade 9 students just like you will be coming from other elementary schools across the city, so it's a great opportunity to make new friends.
It's been a big change. Just the size of the school and the amount of people. I've met so many new people. It's been so much fun.
We work really hard to have our kids connect to our school community. They're going to spend 4 years with us, and we really think it's important for them to learn the academic piece, but also for them to grow socially and emotionally and culturally.
See, high school is more than just work, work, and more work. It's a real community, offering even more sports, activities, and social events than elementary school.
Go into a lot of extracurriculars because that's where a lot of friendships are made. And just be open and try to do as much as you can.
One of the great things about high school is the opportunity to discover more about what you like and choose classes that match your interests and learning style.
The courses you take in high school can really help determine the pathway you might want to pursue after high school, and definitely the classes you take in high school can help you get to that path that you want to pursue.
In grade 9, everyone takes 8 core subjects. 6 of those have already been chosen for you. They are English, mathematics, science, geography, either French or Ojibwe, and health and physical education. There are also 2 optional courses, integrated technology and an arts course, which you can choose based on your area of interest.
Kids that are in the arts generally have strong relationships and friendships within the school, and that's healthy for them.
As you move through your high school journey, you can take cooperative education or a specialist high skills major and gain real-world practical skills as you learn. Maybe you're a musician, a dancer, an actor, or a visual artist. And if you're crazy about athletics or want to join a club, there are tons of co-curricular opportunities out there, from sports to arts and travel clubs to student council and everything in between.
The best advice that I could give for someone entering high school is to just get involved with everything. Like, even if you don't think you're gonna be good at it, or you're not confident, or you're shy, like, getting involved is so much fun.
It just really brings you like closer together, like as family, as friends, just as a whole team in general. It's a great feeling.
Any of those types of clubs and groups, they're all geared towards building character, instilling values and morals in students, and they really do a great job in changing the culture of our schools in a positive way.
The bottom line is, whatever your learning style, whatever your interests, Lakehead Public Schools offer unique educational pathways and supplementary co-curricular activities designed to make your high school experience even more awesome. In high school, you'll not only have more freedom and independence, you'll be a lot more responsible for making your own decisions.
Everybody always says it, and you never come to think about it, but then when you get there, you realize that everything's so much bigger and everything's your responsibility now.
It's been very good for their independence and their maturity, and it's given them a sense of responsibility.
But don't worry, because the caring staff at each of our high schools will help you to develop time management and organizational skills that will stick with you for the rest of your life.
If you're ever feeling like not safe, you can always talk to your guidance counselor, you can talk to your friends, you can talk to your parents about it, you can talk to your teachers.
I'm walking down the hallways, I'll see a teacher, we'll just talk, and it's not like they're talking to me as if I'm a student, they're talking to me as if I'm a real person. And I think that connection between staff and students has really given me a lot of support in feeling like I'm wanted here and feeling like I'm an important part of the school, because teachers treat me like I'm a person and not just that I'm some student or I'm just some number in the big system.
You might not know it, but your parents or guardians are the first and most important teachers in your life.
I think there's a misconception out there that parents believe that as soon as their child leaves the elementary system that they're done or they have no involvement, but I think the opposite is true. Parents are highly encouraged to contact the school all the time.
Your parents care about your well-being, so do your best to keep them in the loop. Make sure they know your timetable and have access to the school website and newsletters. Just be sure to tell them about your day.
Learning that we do have a voice and we can ask questions, and knowing what sorts of programs and activities and initiatives are there to, be available for parents and guide people and their kids was really helpful.
If you come to a school and you don't feel like you belong, it would be really hard to give your full effort when you feel like you're not really meant to be there.
One of the biggest things that's important for students coming to high school is to make sure that they feel as part of the school, that they're part of our bigger family.
Once you belong to something, if you belong to a sports team, you take ownership of the school as well. You take ownership of the Tiger or the Viking or the Griffin or whatever it is. Once you feel that you belong in a place, you're only going to excel at that place. Your grades will go up. You're happier. You're mentally stable. It's a beautiful thing when that happens.
If you feel a sense of belonging, you want to be somewhere that values you as a person, it leads to better learning because you can commit yourself to the place that has committed itself to you.
We are a place that invites everybody to come and to celebrate who they are. We go above and beyond to find a space for your child to belong. And we truly know that having that sense of belonging will either make or break a student's experience in school.
Well, you don't want to go someplace you don't feel important, or you don't feel like you're part of something, or you don't feel like you matter. And in our classes, everybody matters. We're a family.